Hey everybody, I hope you've been having a blessed day so far. I am back again with another one of my little lunch break chats. And just like yesterday, I'm sitting in my car again, excuse me, as opposed to sitting in this beautiful park that's behind me, because again today in Houston, it is like 36 to 40 degrees outside. It's cold, right? Hopefully it'll ease up by tomorrow and we can go back to our normal Texas heat. That's that good old stuff that I'm used to, right? So today I didn't have any specific thing that I wanted to talk about. I didn't really have anything on my mind. As a matter of fact, I got to work and ended up being very, very swamped with work. So right before I left for my lunch break, I hopped on the witchcraft subreddit and found someone looking for advice. They were asking about how railroad spikes are used in Folk-Magick, but more specifically, if you could use railroad spikes to not only just protect a plot of land, but can you use them to acquire a piece of land to begin with? Now, the simple and short answer to this is yes, and it's historically been done, right? But there's a but there's a little bit more to it than that, right? So, way back when someone wanted to purchase a piece of land, but they weren't ready to do so yet for whatever reason, they would physically mark the perimeter of that land in a specific way in order to show others that that land had already been claimed. In fact, this is where we get the phrase stake your claim, right? Because what they would do is they would go out to this plot of land, and at all four corners around the perimeter of that land, they would take and either place a pile of stones or a wooden post or a metal rod, as a way to show to others that someone had already been here, someone plans on coming back and working this land, and they're in the process of purchasing it. So then that person, after they stake their claim to the land, they go to the Bureau of Land Management and they would have to file this document. I believe it's called a notice of location. And that would just it would signify that legally this person had taken all of the proper steps in the process to purchase said land, right? Now, from a Folk-Magick perspective, you can do this exact same thing, but using railroad spikes. And so the way that you would do this is you would find whatever plot of land it is that you want to be yours eventually. You would take 4 railroad spikes to this plot of land with you, right? And at each of the 4 corners around the perimeter of this land, you drive 1 railroad spike into the ground at each corner. Now, you do it a specific way, and I'm about to tell you how to do it, right? So, first, before you show up to the land and you start driving things into the ground, take a minute to walk around it. Take a minute to feel the energy of that place and to begin to try to tune in to the spirits of the land that already reside there. You want to start by building a good rapport with them. And so this doesn't have to be anything super elaborate. There's, honestly, you can kneel down on the ground, put your hands on the ground, and just speak from the heart, asking that the spirits of the land get to know you and to accept you, and let them know that you honor them and you really love this plot of land and you would like to make it your own with their blessings. Sit for a few minutes, see how you feel. If you feel like it's okay to proceed, then by all means proceed. If not, well, then it's back to square one, right? But anyways, so you show up to the plot of land, kneel down, pray to the spirits of the land, ask for their blessings. Then you take your railroad spikes and you're going to go to each one of the 4 corners. You're going to start by you're going to start at a corner that's at the frontmost portion of the land. So basically, let's say there's no building on the land, it's just a plot of land, right? Okay, so wherever you walked in from and faced, either one of those two corners is going to be where you start. And then you're going to work around the land clockwise. So what you'll do is, after you've shown up, prayed to the spirits of the land, asked for their blessings, you go to your first corner and you're going to put a coin on the ground. It doesn't matter what denomination it is, but preferably something silver. So you put your coin on the ground. On top of this, you're going to put a little pinch of tobacco. Again, it also doesn't really matter what kind. And then you will take one of your railroad spikes and you're going to hold it over the coin and the tobacco, place it on top of them, and you're going to hammer this railroad spike into the ground until you reach the head of the railroad spike. So essentially you want all of it buried except for the head of that spike. Once you've done this, take some whiskey or some rum and you're going to sprinkle it on top of the head of that railroad spike. Then you move clockwise to the next position. You're going to do the same thing until you've done all four corners. Once you've done all four corners, you'll go into the center of this land, so that you're totally encapsulated by all four corners. You're going to stand in the center of the land, and what you can pray whatever prayer you like, but what I suggest praying is Psalm 37 verse 11, and you'll do this up to 9 times. So in Southern Folk-Magick, we use numbers to signify different things, right? But usually it's an odd number, so either 3 times, 7 times, 9 times, so on and so forth. Me personally, I like either 7 or 9 repetitions of either 7 or 9 whenever I'm doing magical work. So once you've prayed to the spirits of the land, you've got your railroad spikes in, you have doused them with your rum or whiskey, you then go to the center of the land, pray Psalm 37 verse 11, and then if you want to sit for a few minutes in silent contemplation or in silent prayer, if you have other spirits that you wish to pray to, asking your spirit guides for further assistance, and asking them to help solidify the work that you've just done, then you can do that, of course. And then once you're ready to leave the land, you'll just walk out the exact same way that you came back in, right? Don't go out a different direction. Go back out the same direction you came in, and then forget about the work. And that's pretty much how that works. So yeah, I just like I said, I didn't really have anything big and grandiose to talk about. It just happened to see, I just happened to see this question posted in that subreddit, and I thought to myself, hey, that would actually be kind of cool to elaborate on to the viewers on the Pass the Veil channel. So I hope that it helps somebody out there. And mind you, there are a million different little folk magic techniques that you can use to either purchase a plot of land, protect a plot of land, sell a plot of land. It just goes on and on and on. This is just one of many, and it's fairly simple to do. It doesn't really require too much. Some railroad spikes, tobacco, some change, and some alcohol, and that's really it. So again, I hope it helps one of you guys out there, even if it is just something that you jot down in your journal or your book of shadows or whatever you use to document workings that you want to try or have already tried, which, by the way, is something that I recommend everybody do. Once you hear me talking about something, or you're speaking to someone else who practices some sort of magic, pay attention to what's being said, and then whenever you get a chance, jot that down in a journal to hang on to for later. And eventually over time you'll build up a whole lot of tricks and things that work fairly consistently. You'll be able to work through ones that don't, and that sort of thing. So do your research, do your studying, keep track of the things that you're doing, keep track of the things that you haven't done, keep track of the things that work, and keep track of the things that do not work. So that's it as far as the Folk-Magick section of this video is concerned. I guess the next thing I wanted to ask you all is, when it comes to these chats, if you've noticed, I've been doing them daily so far. Now, I want to keep doing that, at least during the week. I probably won't do this on the weekends, but every day, whenever I take lunch from work, I'm probably going to end up making another little lunch break chat, what I'm calling. I guess the playlist, I named it Conjure Chats. That may change over time, I don't know. But anyways, it can be kind of tricky for me to figure out, what do I want to talk about today? I have a million things I want to talk about. There are so many things that I want to share with all of you, and there's just not enough time to cover everything. So if you have something that you would like to hear me speak about in one of these lunch break chats, please drop it down in the comment section below on this video. And I'll probably actually request this from you guys every couple of weeks. That way I can kind of generate some ideas. But yeah, if there's something that you need help with, something that you want to learn more about, something you're having trouble understanding or just grasping in general, please leave it in the comment section, and maybe I'll cover it in one of these future little chat videos. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope the rest of your day goes swimmingly well, and I hope that you realize tons and tons of blessings before your day ends. So please enjoy the rest of your day, and remember, be kind to one another, and I will see you all later. Thanks. Bye.